Hello guys, it's Persephone here. Thank you for watching. If you clicked on this video, then you're wanting to watch me, which is great. Now, if you ever record videos yourself, don't do what I just did and record half an hour worth of audio commentary, then listen to it back and think, why is there no sound? And realise that you've forgotten to turn on your microphone. Very good start indeed. Okay, so don't do that. So take two for me. Now, as you may very well have noticed here, we're doing a speed build. In my last video, I slagged off my own building skills. I'm very sorry about that. So I thought, maybe I'm not as bad as I think I am. Maybe I'll give myself a go and make an effort to actually look, you know, make the property look good. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a very sort of small suburban, maybe starter home style home. It's the kind of home I tend to do a lot. I can't really do anything too complicated, you see. So it tends to be on the smaller, well, small to medium side, kind of basic style home. Oh, basic sounds so harsh, but it's a very simple suburban style home. Okay. Now, as you notice here, a lot of the style of homes I tend to do are quite boxy. So, you know, it tends to be one big square, maybe a little bit of an extra square at the end, maybe if you're lucky. So yes, a lot of my houses are like that. Hopefully I'll get a bit better with time, but that's all I can achieve just now. It's better than nothing, I suppose. So as you may very well have noticed as well, after I built the outline of the house, I started to do the sort of the dirt outline. I sort of did some shading of the home with the sort of dirt pattern. Vixella does that a lot, and you know I love Vixella, and I think I took inspiration from her there. But as I was doing it, I thought, no, this isn't, you know, I don't do this all that often. I don't start out doing that right at the beginning anyway. This is something I tend to do at the end. So overthought it, as you can see there. I thought, you know, I'll just leave that and focus on that later. So I'd start doing the pattern of the home there. Like I said, this is going to be quite a traditional style home, quite an old-fashioned one, I think, when you look at the final product. Pardon me. It's maybe a little bit Victorian, probably not, just a bit old-fashioned. Now, I will say this, I know I slag off my own building skills a lot, but when you watch me try and achieve a roof, it is the most unfortunate sight you'll ever see in your lives. Okay, I'm terrible at roofs. I can't do them. That's why I always build square shaped homes, because I can't achieve a roof any other way. I mean, that's so basic, but I mean it works for this kind of home. Now what you'll notice in a moment there is I try and apply a chimney or some kind of decor to the home. I like to try and apply that sort of thing to the roofs, to maybe make up for my own terrible roof building skills. But you will see here that I really did struggle to find one I liked, just particularly with the style of, I think it was the roof. What's it called? Oh my god, what's it called? I can't remember what they're called. The thing with the slated roof, I think maybe it was the slates that just didn't quite match up, so I ended up giving up there. Now what you'll see here is I'm going to try and build some rooms in my home. Fancy that. Now it's going to be quite typical. 2 bedrooms, you know, a bathroom. It's going to be mainly I say it's going to be mainly, but it is. That's exactly what it is, Josephine, you dafty. It's a master bedroom along with a kid's bedroom. Okay. Now, I realised after I built the rooms there that I built the bedrooms and the bathroom, and I just had the rest of it quite open plan. But I realised later on, too late I would say, that I actually hadn't left myself enough room for the open plan. Kitchen's fine, it's the living room that I left myself no room for, and you'll see that in a minute. I realised this far too late. If I realised it now as I'm making the rooms, then maybe could have had more space, but alas I did not. I started decorating right away. Decorating my houses are probably my favourite thing to do. I just like to make things look nice. Now I'm going to be a bit of a contradiction here. Now when I grew up, my mum and dad's home had a lot of cream walls and sort of beige walls, and now that I'm sort of older and live in my own place and things like that, I love having colour. I love having colour on the walls. I love coloured walls, and I just think it's so much more exciting. So when I see, particularly with the starter home, I tend to see this a lot in The Sims anyway. You see a lot of sort of beige colours. I think that's so boring. I like to try and make my homes as colourful as possible. As you can see here, I'm using beige for the bathroom. I tend to do the stellar pattern for the bathrooms quite a lot. I just like to make the bathrooms very bright, very, very light and airy, as if you had just woken up and you're groggy and you need to go for a shower. Say, going into a nice bright bathroom can help with that. So that's why I use that beautiful tiling there. I absolutely adore that tiling. I just think it looks so nice. So like I said, nice sort of cream beige bathroom there. Now what you will also notice there is I'm going to try and use a plant later on. Now I believe it's a plant that came with the Get to Work expansion pack. I might be wrong. I probably am wrong, but do correct me if I'm wrong there. I noticed in a separate Sims home I had, see there it is there, I tried to put it above the bathtub. Now in my previous Sims home, this looked amazing, if I do say so myself. The bathroom was all black, it was sort of a dark black colour, and black bathtub, and then I put the flower pot, usually use it for sort of window trimmings, but I actually used that in the bathroom and I had it above the bathtub. Not so low that the Sims couldn't get into it, but there was high enough that it looked really good. And I tried to use it there, but no success. I think with the windows in the way, it made it a bit difficult. Probably the colour of the bathroom didn't help either, because I don't think there's a colour that matches. Honestly, I promise you, it did look good in my old Sims home, but never mind. I do end up using those plants there again later on, so do not worry about that. So just finishing off here with that pink plant from the Perfect Patio Stuff Pack. I love that. So I finish off the bathroom there. Oh, lots of beige. Anyway, I ended up adding colour to the kids' room. This is the kids' room now. I tried to keep it pretty general neutral. General neutral? That's not a phrase, Josephine. It's gender neutral, I mean. Okay, so you sort of, both boys and girls could sort of stay in that room. I think when I look at it back, I think it maybe is slightly more boyish, maybe. I mean, you can change it around. You can do what you like to this room. That's not a problem. I won't be offended if you choose to do that. If you choose to download this later on. I think the theme of the bedroom is very sci-fi, very scientific, very sort of, I'm not sure what the word is, maybe just sort of maybe lots of geeky sort of themes here. Geeky in the best possible way, by the way. So yes, lots of posters, a couple of dinosaur themed items there. So maybe typically maybe the colours are typically boyish, but you could have it for a girl if you wanted. If that's what she likes, then so be it. No problem with that. So like I said, lots of green here, lots of sort of colours in terms of the posters and the pictures I used there. I actually realised now that I forgot to use any decor in terms of the desk. So the desk is very plain. It's literally just got the desk, the chair, and the computer. I'm very sorry about that, but you can add your own junk if you want. That's great. the fact I made a slightly more masculine bedroom is quite rare, in terms of kids' bedrooms anyway, for me. I'm a very girly girl, and when I tend to make kids' bedrooms, I tend to make little girls' bedrooms. I just love doing them. I love pinks and purples. I love lots of girly things, like putting the doll's house in there. I'm just so typical that way. When I was growing up, I had a Barbie themed bedroom, you know, Barbie bed sheets, Barbie wallpaper, you know, you name it, I had it, you know. So I think that's why I love doing little girls' rooms. So actually having something slightly more different, is exactly that. It's different for me. Now moved on to the master bedroom now. Now that bed and the chest of drawers you see there, I use them all the time. I use them probably far more often than I should. I just love them. I think they go so well together. Now you'll notice I moved the door earlier on, obviously to make room for the you know, the bedside cabinets there. What you will notice is I do love me some symmetry. I don't really like when things are off kilter. I don't like the idea of having the bed, like a double bed against the wall. I like to try and have everything as symmetrical as possible, and you will see that through this, you know, this speed build. Now just finishing off the bedroom here. I don't think I do much more to it at this point. I think I move quite swiftly onto the open plan area. Now I sort of do I do the wallpaper first. This is me being a contradiction again. I use a very neutral colour wallpaper. It's that paneling that I'm not sure what pack that's from. I think it might be from Get to Work. I could be completely wrong on that, but it is lovely. I absolutely love that. I just think that works with every kind of room. You can have it in your living room, your kitchen, your bathroom, your bedroom. It just works with everything. It's such a brilliant, you know, style of wallpaper there. I adore that. Now I cut here, as you can see, so you know, subtly done there. I play around with the worktops quite a lot. I was trying to use the ones from the Perfect Patio pack there. But I realised that they didn't have overhead counters, and I tried to intercept the bar in this later on as well, and the Perfect Patio ones didn't. I just couldn't make it work. So I ended up changing it around. As you can see, I changed it around quite a lot. So yeah, just finishing that off here. I'm sure I put a bar in here. Yes, I do later on. It's not until much later on in this let's play / speed build. It's not a let's play at all. I just realised because I'm not playing, I'm just watching myself, you know, build there. Oh God, this is so awkward, Josephine. Why are you doing this? Anyway, let's move on from my own insecurities there. So I think I leave the kitchen alone for a while because this is when I realise my problem. And you'll see I kind of pause a little bit there and trying to work around there. I didn't leave myself very much space for anything else. I left myself quite small space, and you know me, I love some symmetry there. So I wanted to try and make it as central as possible. So I thought maybe if I put the couch there, and I maybe put the chair in front, a television in front of it. And I was like, oh, it's going to get in the way of the door, and it was just it's a nightmare. So I ended up squeezing a living room in this tiny area here. I think it doesn't look too bad. Looking back at it, I'm very sorry about that. If I had more space, I would have done a lot more with it. There's me trying to, fix the TV in there. So yes, oh gosh, I'm very, very shaky with my movements there. See, yes, I do end up putting a bar in. I knew I had there. Because I like being able to have a drink while I'm cooking. And so do my Sims, I've decided anyway. So I finish off doing what do I do here? I'm sure I do. I finish off doing the living room area here. So obviously you can see there's not a whole lot of space, particularly with the doors for the the bedroom and the bathroom in the way. It kind of left me not much to play around with there. Pardon me, I was just taking a drink there. So in the end, I ended up putting a small chair at the end there and a bookshelf. Because you've got to have bookshelves. I'm one of these people that has books for days. I'm one of these people that buys a book on, spur of the moment, and then I won't read it for, 3 years. I've got about 15 books that I've got and I plan to read but never get round to them. So I'm a bit of a nightmare there. So you're going to need some bookshelves for all your books. So yeah, I don't think that looks too bad for the... I see another bookshelf there. I don't think that looks too bad for the small, very small space I gave myself there. Now, I think I realised here that I hadn't actually given myself any decor for the bedroom, so it was just a lot of blank wall space above the bed. When I'm doing this sort of style of bedroom with that kind of bedside tables and the dark blue, I love using the sort of jazz style portraits. I love music, absolutely adore it, so to have musical themed art, it makes me feel good. It just looks cool as well, in my personal opinion anyway. Yes, I just kind of added some decor there, so we'll leave that there. Now, what I start to do at the front of the house is I start to try and add a dining area. Now, this was a whole lot of hoo-ha, okay, because I obviously hadn't left too much space. I'm sure I'm just adding some decor here. Oh, I love that tea machine. I don't really drink much tea. I don't really like tea in my real everyday life, but I love that tea machine. I love the benefits it gives the Sims as well. It gives them lots of sort of emotional health benefits, which is great. I feel that way about coffee personally, but never mind, let's move on. I do end up doing it at the end. I try and do a dining area. Now, like I said earlier on, I love me some symmetry. I really wanted to do it in the center of that little alcove there. Now, like I said, I hadn't left myself enough space. It probably could have worked if I'd moved everything to the side, but then I was like, oh, what will I put on the other side? And it would not work. So I'm sorry, I do end up expanding the front of the house a little bit. I'm very sorry. Now what I'm doing here is I absolutely love that patio furniture that came with the Perfect Patio Pack. I particularly love the chairs, and I try to use them inside the house as well. But I think this is another thing I spent a lot of time doing, is trying to make the furniture work here. With no luck. You might see what I mean there. I think maybe with the wood paneling on the walls, it just didn't look quite right there. So I ended up deleting the table and trying to do other things. But believe it or not, I do keep trying to use those bloody patio chairs in the house. I love them, but not in this house, not at all. Oh gosh, this takes so long. Now, what I do here is me and my beige walls. If I do have beige sort of neutral colours in the Sims, I do try to add a lot of different coloured accents, lots of bright colours, because usually when you have a neutral backdrop like that, you could pretty much work with any colour. They'll all go pretty much. So the living room area kind of has a sort of green tinge to it, I think. Not overly, overpowering as such. I start to use a lot more brighter colours in the dining area. So it's like when you walk in, it's like, wow, it's colour. I say that like we're actually all going to walk into this house together. Yeah. Maybe we are, as a group, we are going to waltz into this house together, maybe at the end. Anyway, oh look, there's me using the plants again. I love those plants. I try and use them on the walls because I just think they look so good. I might be completely alone in that, but I'm sorry, that's what I like. I like them on the walls. So yes, what I'm going to do once I've finished off this video, I'm going to add this this home to my gallery page, I don't know what you would call it, profile maybe. I just realised that I've left that light is completely off kilter. No, I might change it at the end actually. I might center that over the table there. Shh, not making any adjustments. Anyway, what I was saying, I'm going to put this available to download in my, on my profile in the gallery. So if you decide that you like this enough to use in your own Sims, you can very well, download it and make all the changes that you want. Honestly, I won't be offended in the slightest. Like I said, I'm not all that good at building. My URL or my origin ID should be Persephone videos. I'll leave a link. I'll leave the full details of what, where you can find it in the description. So you can find it for yourself. So that's enough self-promotion. Back to what I'm actually doing on this. And like I said, you might notice here I start to sort of add a bit of colour, mainly with the flowers. I actually change around the colours of the chairs a bit. And I put a rug down as well, just to add a bit more colour. I think it all goes together quite well at the end. It looks quite modern. For a house that looks quite sort of traditional and sort of old school on the outside, I think inside it looks quite modern. Well, I did say I was a contradiction, so oh, I forgot to do the roof there, so better change that. So that's the inside done. Now what I'm going to be doing here is trying to make the outside look as good. I think it looks all right at the end. After watching myself do it earlier on, I do spend a lot of time trying to get the decking to look good. It took me far too long. There's a decking here that I'll point it out in a moment, that I absolutely adore. Is it this one? Yes, it's this one. It's this one here. I absolutely adore that. I've never used that before. I've never seen it. And I looked at it. I was like, I love that. It just looks so cool. I don't end up using it because some of the other floorings looked a bit better with the house. So I was very upset. I did try and use it, but I couldn't justify it to myself. So I'll definitely be using that in my next home. So yes, am I honestly not done with that? I thought I was done with that. I'm still going. I'm still trying to get the decking on. I should have cut this out. This is a bit dull. I'm very sorry about that. So yes, I think I finally settled on that there. Thank the Lord for that. Okay. Now what we'll be doing here is just kind of trying to do some sort of decor, lots of greenery in the outside. Now I was trying to decide what flowers I was going to put outside, make the decking look a bit nicer. This also took me quite a long time. I used quite a lot of the flowers and I tried to see what I liked best. I thought about using those bloody flower pots again, but I do decide against it. I ended up using a different flower pot, believe it or not. Another one that sort of oh sorry, I'm just readjusting myself in my chair there. That does sort of frame the window there. So try and be different and fail there. But they look nice though. They look nice with the white trimming. That's how I justify it to myself. So now, what else do I do here? Oh, I'm doing the lighting. Now, there's a couple of things when I'm building houses in my normal gameplay that I always forget to do. Now, usually that's curtains. I hardly ever do curtains in my home. I just can't. Maybe it's because I don't really like a lot of the curtains in The Sims. I think they could be better personally, so I don't use them. Plus, I always forget about them. Rugs, I don't tend to use a lot of rugs either. I know you used I think 2 or 3 in this house here. I think they go quite well with the house, but I always forget to use them in my own house as well. I'm obviously doing my best here because I'm planning on showing this to all you guys here. But in my normal gameplay, I always forget to put rugs in. And finally, the other thing I always forget is, oh God, 2 things I always forget. we'll get to what I was originally saying in a minute. What I always forget is this part. I don't know what it's called, but it's sort of the wall for the I don't know what it's called, the bottom layer. It's like below the main level of the house. I'm so sorry, I don't know what that's called. I always forget to decorate that. In my gallery, I don't know if you might have noticed, but I've got a lot called Summertime Bakery. And it's a beautiful bakery. It's quite small, lots of windows, look very bright and airy. And you know, I put that on the gallery. Lots of people have downloaded it, and I realised quite some time after that one section of the wallpaper under the floor was mismatched from the rest of it, and I was so upset with myself that I'd let this lovely, bakery lot go out into the sim world, with something wrong with it. And I decided to just leave it there, because I thought other people will change it if they care enough about that. But yeah, that's what I mean. I'm really not all that good. So yes, what I'm doing here. Oh no, what I was originally saying back about 15 years ago, I always forget to put lights outside, outdoor lights. I always forget about that. Well, that's all that needs to be said about that. Anyway, what I'm doing here now is I'm doing some flower beds. I love doing flower beds. When I've got something like sticking out from the house, like that that little bit there. I don't know what you would call that, but if I could point to it, I would. I'm pointing to it right now. You point to your screen. Right in front of the rose bed there. I love when I have something like that with the home that sticks out. I like to try and allocate a small section towards plants, and I like to give it a little trim so it looks like a neat little flower bed there. Now what you will see, how we'll do the exact same thing with the exact same plants and bushes there. Me and my symmetry. I just think it looks so good. It looks so good. It looks so organized. And it's funny because I'm so unorganized in my normal everyday life. I think I do what I would like to do in my real life in The Sims, because maybe it takes less effort than it does in real life. It's fine to, clean up the dishes in the Sims, but I don't want to do them in my own life. God. Anyway, I'm just finishing off the sort of decor there with a little bit of hedging there. I love hedging. I honestly do. You'll see that. You'll see I'll use a bit of hedging in this I've forgotten the word, landscape. And what I try and do is I try and add some plants here. I do decide against it because I thought, well, why? I've just made a flower bed. Why would I add more flowers beside it? That's completely different, defeats the purpose of having an organised area. What I do is I frame the path at the front. Now, I've talked over this already, but you might have noticed in the video that in fact, you might not have, because I actually think I cut it out. I play around with the pathway quite a lot. I wanted to just do something really cool with it, but I honestly couldn't sort of make it work. So I ended up cutting a lot of it out in the final edit, because it took so bloody long. Even now, as I'm framing the path, I forget what path, terrain I've used, and I end up just covering over it with a different one because I'm so annoyed with myself there. I don't think it looks too bad now. Now, what I do here, I'm sure I start to think about where I'm going to put the mailbox and the sort of trash can area. I do think I tried to put it on the decking because I thought it would be nice having it separate, but then I was like, symmetry, it's not going to look quite right if you put it there. Oh, what is life? So I ended up just putting it on one on each side of the hedge there. Now, finally, all I do is get some trees for you. Yeah, so in my normal gameplay, if I'm building a house for my Sims to live in, it's another thing I don't tend to bother with. I'll do plants and things like that. I'll do flower beds. Trees, I'm not always that bothered by. They do make such a difference, though. I don't know why I'm not more bothered by it, because it looks, adding trees to your lot just makes it look so much more homely. But yes, those trees almost match, so it's almost like I'm being symmetrical there. Oh, you'll notice here I do try this dirt thing underneath the trees, and I do it for the first 2, but then I add like 4 other trees to the lot and I can't be bothered doing them to the other ones, so I just leave that there. Like I've said, I'm not a very detailed builder, I'm very lazy, I'll do the minimum. Anyway, so what I will apologise for now, gosh, so much apologising in this video. Now, what I will do now is, after this is all done, I'm going to show you some photos of what I've done, some final sort of finishing touches. They're very basic. I'm not very good at taking photos at all. In fact, that's, you know, another thing I'm not good at. Here they are here. So yeah, apologies about the quality of the videos there. Quality of the video, I'm sorry, quality of the pictures there. They're very mediocre at best. If you want to download this video into your own Sims gameplay, I'll leave details about how you can do that in this video description here. But thank you very much for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye.